Matthew and Jeremy, you will now go head-to-head in the most high-stakes pressure test you'll have ever faced. It will determine whether you join Mary in the finale or leave the MasterChef Canada kitchen tonight. Please put on these black aprons.
The finale means everything to me, so I do not want to falter in the last hurdle.
It's crazy to say, but I actually love the pressure tests because every time I put on that black apron, I win.
I'm gonna be working super intense today, as fast as I can, and just get everything on the go. I wanna compete against Mary so bad in the finale. I'm pretty good at replication, so I think I got this one.
I want that chef coat so badly. My food dream is right here, and it's right in front of me, and now I have to prove myself. I'm gonna cook like my life depends on it. Jeremy knows how much I want this, so Jeremy should watch out.
I think if it comes to speed, then that's what's gonna set me apart from Matthew.
Nice, Jeremy. It's been 5 minutes, and Jeremy has like 3 things done. So fast. It kind of scares me about the finale, because if Jeremy's cooking next to me, I better speed it up.
So right now, they both seem to be working on their choux pastry. Jeremy's already got his piped out in the silicone mold.
And don't forget the coconut sablé, because that has to be put right on top of the choux pastry.
And then as it bakes, it melts over the top, forming a beautiful looking crust to it.
It's almost like a crunchy glaze.
Matthew tends to get a little flustered when the pressure is on, and that could be his weakness here.
Could this be a case of the tortoise and the hare?
It could quite easily be that. Be just a little bit behind in his timing.
Jeremy is fast, and speed is important, but execution matters a lot more.
Hey, Chef.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I got my choux in the oven. I'm doing multiple things at once because I know that I need a lot of time to plate.
I'm just gonna go around and check out your oven.
Sure.
Uh-oh. What happened in here? Look at that. Your sablé is actually slid off of your choux pastry.
Yeah, it has.
But not all of them. One of them is safe, right in the middle. Is that luck or is that skill?
That's luck. Now, one there is gonna save me. I did as many as possible so I wouldn't run into that problem. Luckily, I did that.
Well, that was a smart move. Always have a backup.
Always, always, Chef.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
30 minutes! You have 30 minutes left!
You're making a dough such as the matcha pie crust. And the key is to get it the perfect thickness so that when you line that mold, that pastry is even thickness all the way around.
It's like building a swimming pool. It's gotta be completely even to hold that water in.
My lemon curd is just not mixing well together. I have to put this lemon curd in the blender to make it nice, smooth, and silky.
Matthew and Jeremy have taken 2 different approaches when it comes to the curd for the matcha tart. Jeremy, he's cooled his down, so therefore it's thickened up to the perfect consistency, whereas Matthew decided to fill his whilst his was still warm, very liquidy.
It's a shortcut I would never take.
Yeah, but Matthew is so behind right now, he has to take a risk. They're both cutting the grapefruit croutons for the chocolate ganache. You can see that Matthew is cutting his very slow and carefully.
Matthew's got the delicate touch when it comes to working with pastries. Jeremy, on the other hand, whilst he's got speed, he can be a little bit clumsy and clunky at times.
Okay, you babies get crispy, man. Get crispy.
Now he's piping his lime mousse filling into the choux pastry. There will be a moment of truth when we cut into that choux pastry, because the middle needs to be fully packed with that wonderful mousse.
Lime zest. I'm not sure if I have enough lime in the mousse. I just don't know.
5 minutes left.
Matthew started plating his first dessert. I don't think Jeremy has started plating anything yet.
What else do I need? The only time I'm gonna slow down is when I need to gather my thoughts for plating. This pressure test is all about details. The margin of error is 0.
I got all my components done. Now it just has to look good. Tarragon, cilantro.
Matthew is actually pulling ahead. This is a classic tortoise and hare.
Geez, Matthew. Matthew's plating from the beginning has been just ridiculously out of everyone's league. It's so amazing to have watched, but it's also terrifying. Ooh.
1 minute, you have 1 minute left.
This is unbelievable.
They look so beautiful.
It's do or die. It's either me or Jeremy goes home and I don't want to go home.
This pressure on me is making me cook at my best right now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
Thank you, man. Oh. Time up, hands up. I feel a breath of fresh air, and I'm super proud of what I did. Looks just like the photos in my head, and I think I got this.
Jeremy's plating is nice, but I think mine has a little bit more finesse.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, Chef.
And you were hustling out there, man.
I was hustling. I wanted to have lots of time to make sure every single component was on every dish.
I'm going to be tasting the white chocolate ganache.
Okay, Chef.
I think it looks like it's sitting off to one side of the plate and just a little bit irregular in terms of the original. The white chocolate ganache, beautiful. The grapefruit croutons, great crunch to them. That is the element that provides that texture, that interest to the dish. As for the rest of the little garnishes, the grapefruit gel, nice job on the replication. Well done.
Thank you, Chef. Hi, Chef.
So this is the lime choux with the crunchy coconut sablé. Looks pretty from the outside, but there's something inside that is really, really important. I'm expecting to see the choux pastry full of that wonderful mousse. Man, hot damn. Look at that. My goodness. Wow. What happened to the lime flavor?
It's not in there, Chef.
The texture's there. I love that liquid center, but it doesn't have that kick of lime that I want. What happened?
Maybe I should have added a bit more.
This is the most complicated of all three. Let me check. Well, you got the gold leaf, you got the sesame snaps, you got the meringue, you got the fresh blackberries, and of course, the tart. So when I cut into this, it's not gonna look like a broken egg, is it?
No, Chef.
It's a little bit runny.
A little bit runny.
But not bad. It's holding. I tell you, beautiful replication, perfect balance of tart and sweet. Crispy on the outside, soft in the middle.
Nice.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Well done.
Thank you.
You have just 90 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes, Chef!
Your time starts now!
The home cooks must use one ingredient from each box and decide which offcut each team member will use.
I want to use the whole pig's head.
Okay, I'm gonna do the chicken feet. I actually feel at ease working with chicken feet. They remind me of my nonno Vito.
I want to do the pig's feet, and then I want to do a scallop bao, which is a dumpling that has soup in it.
If you want to do that, I don't mind doing the shoulder. Let's think about the menu.
They now need to collaborate on a theme that will unite their dishes.
Do we want to go more of an Asian route?
I think we should go more of Asian.
But I'm not really strong with Asian. I don't feel really comfortable doing this, but to be a good team player, I have to cook Asian.
I'm gonna do a turkey roulade. I'm gonna stuff it in kind of like a Korean wine sauce just to bring like Thanksgiving-y. We all want to make something that is a classic dish. So our theme is a new take on old classics. Love it, amazing, good, great.
These ingredients are inspirational. You can do so much with each of them. But these proteins have one thing in common. They take tremendous skill to be able to achieve that delicious texture and presentation that we're looking for.
These are items with different texture profile, different taste profiles. So first of all, they have to think of ways to cook it, think of ways to even butcher it.
I think the pig's head is going to be the toughest piece to get done and cooked in time.
If they're smart, they can cut it into smaller pieces.
A pig's head is actually a delicacy in Asian culture. I'm gonna be making a Filipino dish called sizzling sisig. It's made out of pig's ears, snout, and cheeks.
It's typically food that Filipinos eat while we're drinking beer. I'm gonna try to elevate it and make it with wine.
I got chose, so I am doing a play on my grandfather's favorite dish, chicken feet and polenta. I want to take traditional and I want to elevate.
While each member of the blue team draws on personal history for inspiration, the red team's Asian theme presents a challenge for Terry.
I don't cook a lot of Asian flavors, but I got a lot of directions from my other teammates. I'm making grilled frog legs with an Asian-style pesto.
Frog's legs, that'll cook very, very quickly. So there you have to have a delicate hand and make sure that whatever you're putting with that also has a delicate feel and taste to it.
They've only got 90 minutes, and that is not a lot of time. The other area which really concerns me, there is no leader or captain in this challenge, which means that they have to all collaborate and work together in a way.
Is this okay on your station?
I'll keep it on it for you. Just like in medicine, no doctor knows everything. You have to know when to ask for help.
Who's watching over each other? Who's governing the creative process, the plating, and the cook?
Hi there, Mary.
Hello.
What part of the team menu are you working on?
The knees. I'm doing a turkey roulade wrapped in prosciutto, do a little butternut squash puree, some cranberry wine sauce.
And how does it fit in the overall menu, do you think?
Our theme is a new take on old classics. So it's kind of like a take on Thanksgiving.
Have you cleaned a turkey leg before?
I have not really broken down a turkey leg before, so April Lee helps me with that, and that's the name of the game today. Teamwork.
All right, thanks, Mary.
Thank you so much, thank you. I've got my chicken feet in the pressure cooker. I'm just getting the polenta started.
What's Jennifer doing right now?
That polenta looks very dense, very dense.
The polenta is glue. Jennifer, she's a great sous chef, but knowing that she has to carry her dish is a little concerning. I'm screwed. If I need help, what do you think of that consistency? Just
Add a bit more.
stock?
And then
Add a bit
add
more
more
stock?
stock and let it reduce. How you doing?
Okay. Blind cooking, not being able to check on your meat. The pressure cooker is so scary.
April Lee and Matthew are both using the pressure cooker, and they both have the shoulder. I particularly like the shoulder because it takes a lot of flavor in, but again, it takes time.
It's a little bit tough. Start slicing it. So just go with the grain first.
Jeremy is the center of intelligence for the blue team. Everyone is going to him.
Jeremy, come look, skin.
Let's leave it in for 5 more minutes, and then we'll take it out.
Okay.
I want to win this challenge really badly. I don't want to lose. I just want our whole team to succeed.
The theme of the blue team's tasting menu is a new twist on old classics, while the red team will take the judges on a journey through the China Seas.
Well done. It was an amazing job you just pulled off. We'll start with the heads. Dr. Sean and Jeremy, please bring up your dishes.
Jeremy, walk me through your dish.
It's called sizzling sisig. 3 parts of the pig head, the snout, the ears, and the cheeks, braised in white wine, jalapenos, and red pepper.
This dish is such a revelation for me. This is Filipino soul food. It's delicious.
Thank you, chef.
When you have it in the Philippines, does it have a little more kick?
It has a lot more spiciness.
Why did you hold back on the heat?
I feel like I've been gravitating to the Asian flavors as a safety net. I'm branching out to different flavors, and that's how I want to excel in this competition.
That's a positive. Something else you did in the challenge which really resonated with the 3 of us is how you kept watching over the other teammates. You had, I think, a really great management style. Very firm, very fair, and very caring, which is very rare to find.
Thank you.
Great job.
The sweet we're craving is one of the world's most beloved pastries. It was created in France back in the 1850s and has recently emerged as one of the latest food trends. I'm talking about delicious, decadent eclairs.
Those are beautiful.
I love eating eclairs, but I've never made one before. I'm pretty scared right now.
A light, fluffy, and crispy choux pastry with a hollow center that provides the perfect vessel for the rich, creamy custard and a decadent, sweet fondant glaze.
I've never had to face a pressure test until now. I am actually more worried than I've ever been.
I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I need to execute everything perfectly.
Once you add the egg yolks, you have to make sure it's very, very smooth.
I'm working on my choux pastry right now. I've made eclairs before. I'm comfortable with pastry.
Then you have to pipe very carefully into the perfect length.
I just want to make sure that they are the perfect size for the box they're going into.
Jeremy, those look awesome, man.
Thanks, man.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, chef.
So you just finished your choux pastry?
Yeah, I got it in the oven.
Oh, let me see. Wow, the piping looks beautiful.
Thank you,
but
chef.
there is a concern. When you put the choux pastry in the oven,
Yeah.
they tend to expand a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, they must fit into here. Or, turn around. Or you're going out those doors.
I know, chef, and I don't want to do that. Hopefully, I'll be able to pull it off.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jeremy, for a guy who has not baked, he's got perfectly piped choux pastry.
They all fit.
My choux pastries are too small. I'm freaking out.
Jennifer seems to be just completely frazzled.
How could I have made a mistake already this early in my pressure test?
10 minutes! You have 10 minutes left!
That's over whipped, eh?
No.
No, it's cool.
No?
I'm doing an apple pie filling, and that will be mixed into the pastry cream. It's super important to stay original. If you're not original, you're never gonna stand out.
At this point in time, the home cook should really start filling the eclairs now.
April, get pastry bags ready. Oh my gosh, right.
Jeremy's starting to pipe his first eclair.
Decorating those beautiful eclairs is all about finesse and precision
Oh my god, but it's not even decorated.
and creating this little jewel box.
Oh my gosh. This is so hard, my goodness.
30 seconds! You have 30 seconds left. Ooh.
What am I gonna do?
Wow. Jeremy got upset with one of his eclairs.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Jeremy, you're up next.
Survival is the only thing on my mind right now.
Walk me through the flavors, please.
This one is a peanut butter eclair, and then this one is the traditional eclair. This is the apple pie eclair, and this is a strawberry jam eclair.
It's got a lot of heft.
That's the apple pie one. I pureed some apple filling, and I folded it in with my pastry cream.
Is this chestnuts on top?
Yeah.
Nice combination of flavors. A skillful pastry chef will make sure that the cream runs right through from one end to the other. Is that gonna happen?
I tried my best.
Let's see what happens. Not bad. I've never had an apple pie eclair until now. It's amazing.
Thank you, chef.
It's so original. That was smart. Pastry quality is fantastic. Great texture. It's crispy and moist in the middle. You have some skills, Jeremy. This one's a home run.
Thank you.
So relieved. Hopefully that's gonna keep me here and make me stand out from the other 3 people cooking.
This is one of the toughest challenges. 3 difficult dishes, all in 60 minutes.
This is the most intense pressure test we've had yet. If I mess up just one thing today, I'm going home.
I want to be a top 3. I want to earn my spot in the semifinal, and I'm going to get there by staying focused.
First of all, you've got to put on the things that are going to take the longest to cook. That would be the potatoes, followed by the peas to make the pea puree.
I am so organized. This is the most organized I've ever been in the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
This pressure test is all about time management, and Matthew can dawdle sometimes.
Next, you want to look at opening the sea scallops. You want to do that with absolute precision.
Look at Jeremy. He is opening up those scallops like he was a natural at it. Look at this, the speed and the precision.
I have pretty good knife skills because I'm used to cutting sushi, so hopefully I'll be okay. Hey, Chef.
Jeremy, you flew through the scallops. They're perfect.
Thank you, Chef.
But maybe you neglected the other ingredients that take a lot more time to cook than scallops.
I know the potatoes will be good because I cut them really small. My peas are going, so I think I'm still okay on time.
And I hope it pays off for you.
Thank you, Chef.
At this point in time, the home cook should really start slicing the scallops with the coquille Saint-Jacques.
Time is running out, and I need to get the coquille Saint-Jacques in the oven.
Then what I think they should be doing is taking a small pot, adding some beautiful fresh herbs to it with a white wine and poaching those sea scallops to perfection, sauteing the mushrooms, making a light and fluffy potato puree, producing a beautiful gratinade finish so it's golden brown on top and totally delicious. Next, there is the crudo, where it's all about adding delicate flavors without cooking the sea scallop. You have to use a super sharp knife and make sure every one of those slices count perfectly.
Jeremy's doing a beautiful job slicing through those scallops for his crudo.
And he looks so comfortable doing it, too.
I'm feeling the pressure, but it's got me laser focused, and I'm going through these scallops like nobody's business.
Veronica, on the other hand, looks like she's sawing through them. I don't want to see jagged edges.
Right.
The knife less drag. I try to just cut straight down, and I have smushed my scallop. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it.
On that plate, I want to see a perfect replication. Look at Matthew. He just dumped all his pea puree into the sink with less than 2 minutes left.
I want to yell at Matthew. He needs to pick up the pace.
Shoot. Jeremy's bringing his up to the front already.
30 seconds. You have 30 seconds left. Come on. Get it on plate, Matthew. Come on, let's go. Matthew, you gotta bring it up. Bring it up, Matthew. Come on, Matthew. Bring it up.
Matthew hasn't brought anything up yet.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
Wow.
I know that I did really well in this pressure test, and I'm thinking that I'm not gonna be the one going home.
That was for me the most difficult cook yet, but I tasted all my food and I know it tastes good.
I look at my crudo and I can't believe I forgot my black salt.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Chef.
Are you surprised with yourself?
I am. I'm from the prairies, so it's my first time ever working with live scallops.
Puree is stunning. It's absolutely ethereal, a word I don't normally use. I wish this wasn't just a tasting and I could actually eat the whole plate because it's delicious.
Thank you.
You just nailed that.
Yes.
Hi, Jeremy.
Chef Alvin.
Well, I can tell you, this is beautifully sliced, nice and thin. You can see the shadow of the knife through that. Every single scallop's beautifully cut. You can see they're perfectly round. Good work there. Crudo. Everybody thinks this is simple, but it's like a tightrope. Nothing should overpower each other. This is harmony. Everything is working together.
Yes.
But you got two very strong challengers.
So the coquille Saint-Jacques. Have you ever had that dish in a restaurant?
No, I've never even heard of it till today.
You have a nice even gratin over the sea scallop and the sauce on the mushroom portion. A little darker on the potatoes might have helped the cause a touch. The flavors are wonderful.
Thank you, chef.
It is delicate. The sauce is there, it adds nice moisture. Could have done with just a touch more salt, but it's a very good showing.
Thank you,
Well
chef.
done.
Thank you.
I'm terrified of Jeremy's beautiful plates because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in the top 3. And that means I'm gonna have to compete with this new Jeremy.
Replicating 3 dishes in just 1 hour is an astonishing feat, especially when it involves opening and cleaning 7 fresh Atlantic sea scallops.
All of you impressed us, but one home cook absolutely crushed this challenge. And that home cook was Jeremy.
Yes! Good work, Jeremy.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Tonight, we saw what you're really capable of. And now, you're in the top 3, and we hope you keep it up. Please remove your apron and head up to the gallery.
I won the pressure test. I feel great. Nothing can stop me now but myself, and I'm just gonna keep getting better.
You will now have 45 minutes to transform those great ideas into beautiful appetizers.
Throughout this competition, Jeremy and I have worked so well together, but now we are in the finale against each other, and I need to beat him.
I feel like Mary's peaked, and I feel like I've just started to rise.
Are you ready?
Yes, chef.
Your time starts now!
Come on, Mary!
There it is, Jeremy. Let's go, buddy.
These 2 home cooks have different strengths and different weaknesses. Jeremy is an absolute speed demon in the kitchen. Mary is a little bit slower, tends to get a little bit flustered, but she comes on really, really strong when it comes to plating and those finishing techniques.
Beautiful technique, Mary.
First thing I do is get my bison cut and seasoned and searing right away. I'm doing bison tataki. It's a shout out to Manitoba. The bison is on our flag.
Tataki is obviously a traditional Japanese dish, piece of protein that's seared on the outside. It has to literally be raw in the middle.
One tip, and even the restaurant uses it, they partially freeze that protein before they slice it very thin. Uni is a very powerful, flavored seafood.
Uni is a sea urchin, and inside is the golden part. That's what people eat. It's like taking a bite of the sea.
The dish sounds absolutely delicious. Jeremy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I got most of my components on the go. This is gonna open last minute.
Fresh unis.
Fresh live sea urchin.
Those are beautiful. So where are you at with your bison right now?
My bison is already seared and it's chilling, so it gets a bit stiff so I can make nice, thin slices of it. This right here, chef, is one of my favorite sauces to make. I love Tataki sauce. Taste it.
Wow, that's insane. That's the most delicious thing I've ever had from you here in this kitchen.
Yes,
Thank you, chef.
Wow.
15 minutes, you have 15 minutes left.
Mary is just starting to take her marinated trout out of her beet mixture there.
Yeah.
And that is a messy job.
Curing takes sometimes days.
The only protein on this plate is that fish, and if it's not cured properly, the dish won't work.
Now, her idea was to cure that trout in the beet juice, but I don't think there was enough time to achieve that cure.
And she's squeezing some lemon juice onto it now. That'll speed up a little bit more of a cure there.
That's a smart move.
5 minutes, you got 5 minutes. Better start plating.
I'm cutting into my bison, and I don't like the thickness of the cuts.
The way that he's hacking through that bison right now, he's kind of tearing the meat. Jeremy's actually pounding it to make sure that he has that even thickness right around.
Well, that's a good comeback. But he hasn't even opened those live sea urchin yet. They take a while to process.
This is the opening to my menu. Everything needs to be perfect on it. Oh, look at that pretty color.
3 minutes, you have 3 minutes left, come on! Look at Jeremy. I don't see those live sea urchins.
How is he going to pull this off?
Here we go, here we go. He's about to open up his sea urchins.
Wow. 1 minute, you have 1 minute left. Come on, let's hustle, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Okay, Jeremy, please bring up your dish.
I'm super proud of this dish. I just want to win. That's all that's going through my mind. A bison tataki with uni cream, fried lotus chips, and a tataki sauce.
Jeremy, the meat could be a little bit more unified in the way you cut it. You know, one of the pieces here is very thin. This one's a little bit thicker. My advice to you is take that large piece of bison, cut it into quarters. They chill faster, and when you cut them, they're very easy to cut opposed to having one large piece. But other than that, the thought process behind this dish is really that of a very accomplished chef. Complex, delightful. It's really fantastic.
Thank you.
Jeremy, there are so many things on this dish. Textures and taste that you discover as you start eating. The creaminess of the uni, that adds that wonderful backbone of rich flavor to that bison. These are wonderful flavors that come together beautifully on a plate like this.
Thank you.
Jeremy, this is by far your most creative dish. The combinations, the complexity, the texture, it's like Asia meets Manitoba.
Thank you, Chef.
Now we need a few moments to discuss in private. Please head back to the kitchen and prepare for round 2.
Thank you.
Jeremy is taking 4 sushi-inspired dishes. He's got a lot of things to pull together there.
Now, Jeremy's sushi boat has to be elevated. It can't be sushi that you get in a kiosk at a shopping mall. This has to be sushi that we've never seen before anywhere.
I'm making sushi because sushi got me my apron, so I'm thinking sushi's gonna get me the title.
Hi there, Jeremy.
Hey, Chef.
So tell me what you're doing right now with the papaya.
This is the traditional way to make papaya salad. So you cut into it down to close to where the seeds are at, and then you take a slicer and you do this. That's the way that it's traditionally made in Southeast Asia.
That's amazing.
And then you get all these little
Wispy
uneven
strands.
cuts. Yeah.
How are you planning to tie all of these 4 dishes together so they make the feeling of a one complete entree dish?
They all have soy, ginger, and wasabi. They all play on those elements.
Sounds like you've got a lot to get done. I'll leave you to it. Thanks very much, Jeremy.
When it comes to sushi rice in Japan, it is sacred. It is served at room temperature.
I make my sushi rice, and it has to get cold, so I put it in the blast chiller.
He didn't have to put it in the blast freezer. He had plenty of time. Put a cloth over it and let it cool. Sometimes you put it in the blast freezer, the rice gets dry and hard. 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes left.
The rice, Jeremy.
I leave my rice in the blast chiller too long. The rice froze a little. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna save this rice.
His rice is frozen into one solid sheet.
And now he's trying to defrost it in the oven.
The sushi rice is no good, then your dish is no good.
I have so many things on the go.
Have you ever seen Mary Station in such a state of disarray? Look at it.
I need to put the best thing I can on that plate. Time is not at all my friend in this cook.
Jeremy is going to put the new spin on 4 sushi-inspired dishes.
Jeremy is really running around.
Look at the sweat coming from his face.
He's got the speed, but where he sometimes lets himself down is the finesse and running out of time in terms of plating. Jeremy, please bring up your dish.
I made 4 different dishes. There is a deconstructed soft-shell crab spider roll, and then a miso-marinated baby octopus with mushrooms, the tuna crunch roll with wasabi mayo and crispy salmon skin, and then a ginger papaya salad.
But you know, Jeremy, I was a little bit worried about the rice because you had it in the blast chiller and you had it in the oven. But you know something? The rice, to me, was perfect. I eat sushi in some of the best restaurants in Asia. This is restaurant quality. Just absolutely creative and delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
Jeremy, this is a feast for one's eyes. And I know that you have been challenged at times with plating. You'd never know that looking at these 4 dishes. The tuna roll, very clean, very well executed. The soft shell crab, cooked beautiful and crisp. The dish that for me fell a little flat was the papaya salad. I'm looking for a little sweetness in it to make it sing for me. Otherwise, a really great job. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you, Chef.
So Jeremy, here you have 4 very different things happening on one plate, opposed to having one composed main course that's very focused. You give yourself now 4 different ways to be criticized. You know that. The standout dish for me was the octopus with the mushrooms. You could have just served one dish, and it could have been that dish right there. That's my advice to you is focus. You need to focus more. But overall, very ambitious and very delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
Jeremy, on the other hand, he's doing something that I think sounds really quite adventurous.
I'm making a milk tea panna cotta and a jackfruit ice cream.
Panna cotta. It essentially means cooked cream. So you have to warm up your cream base, flavor it, add gelatin to the warm panna cotta mixture. You then need to strain it, and then it has to set and chill.
Jeremy,
Hi, Chef.
do you feel like the underdog in the dessert competition?
I've always felt like the underdog, especially when it came to baking, but more so now that I'm going up against Mary.
This is beautiful. Look at that. Fresh jackfruit. You are really cooking with the Philippines in mind and your mother in mind.
Yes, all
Incredible.
these flavors, every single component on this dish reminds me of her.
Good luck.
Thank you.
5 minutes, you have 5 minutes left. Better start plating.
The whole competition is riding on this dessert.
Look what Jeremy's doing. He's layering flavor after flavor after flavor. That's going to be exciting to eat.
Running to get the ice cream.
The galleries are looking in amazement right now.
They must be really jealous because we get to eat this and they don't. 1 minute! You have 1 minute left! Come on, 1 minute! Come on, guys! 4 minutes! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time!
I am so happy with my final dish. This dessert is beautiful, and it's exactly how I wanted it to look.
I've never plated a dessert this beautiful before. This dessert shows how far I've come.
Jeremy, please bring up your dishes.
Milk tea panna cotta. On top is a coconut tapioca, topped with fried plantains with a jackfruit ice cream.
Well, Jeremy, I think you've created something that is completely and utterly original. So let's dig in.
You know, Jeremy, all that different textures coming together, you know, to me, that is genius. This is not at all too sweet, too sour. It's very difficult to bake panna cotta with milk tea because it has to be very, very strong. And of course, being at the bottom of the dessert, so you're gonna hit that last. Now, that, I guess you could have made that slightly stronger, heavier on the teeth, but I just want to take spoonful and spoonful. I love it.
Thank you, Chef.
When I watched you prepare it and I heard you describe it, I didn't understand it. I don't like this at all. I love it.
Thank you.
Speaks to me in so many different levels. Texturally, it's incredibly advanced. The flavors just keep changing and morphing. The top layer has that beautiful tapioca, which I love. And then when you think you figured it out, you dig a little deeper and you find this beautiful tea and milk panna cotta. I've never had anything like it. You took all the flavors that your mom introduced to you and you've just created a new dessert. Incredible.
Thank you, Chef.
It is so light and so unique and interesting. The tapioca pearls have a wonderful mouthfeel. You sort of want them to dance around on your palate as you taste that little bit of coconut. You then have that refreshing citrus layer that is so bright and clean, yet still light. This is a great dessert.
Thank you, chef.